heads to the infield, makes that left turn. Ready to start our A main event here with your USRA stock cars. So Paris and Heater leads them down. Hensler and Moore just behind them as they rev them up. Pedal down, and here we go. Heater immediately to that high side. Makes the big wide turn coming out of turn number 2. Gets the momentum off of turn 2 with that race lead here so far. Scotty Moore in that number 12 machine up into that second spot. Paris trying to hang on the low side with Hensler. Let's see how they can make it go. But it looks like the high side is the fast track right now. Tom Fogarty in the T2. Hensler in that number 8 machine. 3 wide as they come out of turn number 2. So Heater already starting to pull away from your field. Heater looks like the 12 of Scotty Moore. Fogarty, Hensler. Here comes Herrick in the 5K. Bobby Tavis now to the low side as he challenges Herrick in that 5 machine. That's your top 5 to 6 cars here right now. But again, Brett Heater, no problem with the number 20 machine on the backside there. Jaden Bears as he gets up into the wall in coming out of turn number 2. All right, let's get restarted again. Your USRA stock car A main event. Green flag flies. Here we go. Hensley makes a nice run on the low side. Let's see if he's going to make it stick. The good lane seems to be on that high side right now where the guys are making some passes. As several cars get by Adam Paris. Now everybody going to the high side coming out of turn 4 with Heater as your leader. Hensley. Fogarty up into that 3rd spot now. Moore and now Lucas Conley, I believe, down there on the low side. Also Herrick in the 5 machine. Here comes Barnes also. Jay Barnes in that number 19 as he's moved up through the field as well. Up into your top 6 now. Jay Barnes on the low side making it work. So Jay Barnes now into the top 5. Moore sees that happening. Well, he goes low side, gets in front of him this time. But Heater pulling away from the field here right now. Hensley in that 2nd spot. Moore on the low side. Fogarty on the high side up into 3rd. He's fighting side by side with Moore in the 12 machine. Herrick and Barnes. That takes your top 6 cars at this point. Just behind him, then Tavis. Also Anderson in the 417. 417. So Heater pulls away. Hensley in that 2nd spot. Fogarty. Here comes Herrick now on the high side. Challenging for that 4th spot. You got some low runners and high runners here right now. Guys are making that top side work, especially down here in turns 3 and 4. So Heater, Hensley, your top 2 cars starting to pull a little bit away from the field. Still Fogarty, Moore, Herrick, Barnes, Lucas Conley, Bobby Tavis, Anderson in the 417, Nick Zinn in the 31. Adam Paris, but here comes your race leader. Almost a straightaway lead now. Rest of these cars starting to stretch out. Oh, we have another tire coming off in turn number 4. That'll bring out the caution flag. Looks like the 41 of Vernon Keever. So again, Lakeside Speedway. Again, these drivers will compete as the furled green flag. And that flag flies with Heater, bringing him down. Hensley in that 2nd spot. High side, low side again. Some guys down around the hub, including Barnes, as he's trying to make that work on the low side. Having some problems down there, but Heater, Hensley, Moore, Fogarty, Herrick in the 5. 3 wide as they come across the front stretch. Good race back here as the caution pulls out again. 54 of Eddie Ingram spins around in turn number 2. Outs at the end of the year as well, so here we go. Green flag flies. Heater, Hensley, Moore, Fogarty. Again, Herrick goes down to the low side coming out of turn number 2. Side by side again, just not able to keep up the momentum that these guys have on the high side. So Heater and Hensley, they're pulling away from the field with Moore and Fogarty. Good battle back here beyond those top 3 cars. 3 wide as they coming out of turn number 2. Herrick now with the advantage there, and Connolly as well. Barnes now slips back a little bit. Here comes Connolly now. He gets a nose in up into the top 5, but Herrick trying to fight back as they come across the front stretch. Herrick and Connolly, the 2 white cars as they come into turn number 2 now. Connolly making it work on the high side. Here comes Anderson also in the 417. So Heater, Hensley, Moore, Fogarty, and now Connolly. Good battle coming out of turns 1 and 2, 2 and 3 wide. Again, Herrick keeping his nose down on the low side this time. Good battle for that 4th position, 4th through about 6th, and then now Anderson gets a nose in there as well as he starts to move up into this battle. Good race back here for the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th position. A bunch of cars right in that same area. Now Herrick slips up in turn 2, drops back about 2 spots. So Conley, here comes the 417 of Anderson now as he gets in behind Connolly. Connolly still hanging on to that spot. Anderson trying to work his way up into the mix as well. And here he comes on the high side coming out of 2, gets a good run. Down to that back step. Checkered flag flies. Here it is. Heater, your winner tonight. Hensley in that 2nd spot. It's Moore, Fogarty, Anderson up into the top 5. Connolly behind him. Barnes. So a good finish there as Anderson came on late in the race, back up into the top 5, your USRA stock cars. So again, these drivers competing for USRA sanctioned points, not only at the national level, but now also at the regional levels as well. Also, we wanted to announce tonight, too, that Lakeside Speedway is proud to announce that Darren Bennett Motorsports will be providing a 2-seater modified ride coming to Lakeside Speedway. If you've ever wondered what it's like to ride in a modified, you can purchase tickets for 4 laps right here it'll be a cost of $20, and you can make that purchase at the grandstand admission area. So Darren Bennett Motorsports, the 2.
Here we go off at turn number 4. Green flag skyward. We're underway. Into 1. Tim Powell takes the GRT to the inside, the 57. Out front, he'll lead down the back straightaway. Luke Neiman, the 181, all problems. Chad Clancy off the pace, dropped the anchor, going backwards. Clancy is just trying to get out of the way. Powell leads lap number 1 by a bumper. Let's see if Clancy can get off the speedway. Powell on the inside. He'll lead him off of turn 2, but here comes Luke Neiman on the high side. The Rage chassis will take the lead. Neiman, the 181, out front as we come around for lap number 2. Neiman, your leader, the 57 of 181 of Neiman, 57 of Powell, second, 15 of Ed Knoll, third, 99 of Brad Smith, and the 28, Andy Bryant, your top 5. Heath Murray starting to work his way through the field. Heat race winner tonight. Currently working on the 17 of Jake Richards. Neiman puts another lap in the books. Oh, look out, back. Cullen Thompson and Aaron Daniel back there battling for the 24th spot. Thompson spins to the infield. Back to action. The safety lights are out. Luke Neiman will lead them around. Ed Knoll and Tim Powell make up your second row. Neiman takes him down to turn number 1. 3 wide for a second. Andy Bryant on the bottom. Ed Knoll in the middle. Tim Powell on the high side in the 57. Come around for lap number 5. The 181 of Neiman out front showing the way. It's Neiman, Andy Bryant, the 28, Tim Powell, the 57, and the 15 of Ed Knoll. Battle for second as Powell looks to the high side. Powell trying to take that second spot away from Andy Bryant. 4 wide racing deep in the field. And the 66 of Dusty Campbell off the Speedway. Keep an eye on the 44 of Trevor Hunt. Hunt transferring through the B main. Debris in turn number 3. Looks like that could be a drive shaft. Might have been what happened to the 66 of Dusty Campbell, or 97 of Jeff Elder. Somebody's lost a drive shaft. It's going to belong to one of them two. Safety lights are out. Neiman brings him off at turn number 4. Green flag waves. Andy Bryant, the 28, takes a look to the inside of Tim Powell for that second spot. The 57 working the high line. He'll have the momentum, and Bryant with a good run off the 2. He'll stay side by side with Powell as they go down to 3. Now Bryant slides up in front of Powell. Powell will do the up and under, and he'll come back to the inside and try to take the spot back from him. Not going to happen. Put the 28 of Bryant in second. Powell, the 57, back to third as the 181 of Neiman continues to lead. Here comes the team car in Neiman, the 99 of Brad Smith, up to battle with Ed Knoll for the 4th position. The 99 of Smith looking to get around the 15 of Knoll. Knoll says, I'll take that spot back. But Brad Smith isn't going away, and right behind those two is the 17 of Chad Turner. Neiman brings him off at turn number 4, puts another lap in the books as we go down the front straightaway. Andy Bryant sits in that second spot. Battle on the Speedway right now is for 4th. Ed Knoll in the 15 has it, but Brad Smith, the 99, trying to take it away. Neiman puts another lap down. 28 of Bryant still trying to reel your leader in. Bryant working that low line. Neiman up on the high side. Tim Powell working the middle of the Speedway. So your top three cars, three distinct lines as they go through 1 and 2. Everybody goes through 3 and 4 about the same place. One lane off the wall. Trevor Hunt making a move now. He's just outside the top 5, sitting in that 6th spot. Neiman starting to put distance on the 28 of Andy Bryant. 2-car breakaway. A little ways back to third, the 57 of Tim Powell. Then it's the 15 of Ed Knoll. White flag waves for the 181 of Luke Neiman. Neiman down to turn 1 for the final time. He's got the 17 of Cullen Thompson in front of him. Andy Bryant behind him, and you got a good battle for third. Tim Powell, the 57, Ed Knoll, the 15. As your leader comes off at turn number 4, here comes the checkered flag. Here comes your winner, the 181 of Luke Neiman. Andy Bryant will be second in the 28. Tim Powell by a bumper will get that 3rd spot. 4th, Brad Smith, the 99. And in the 5th spot, the 44 of Trevor Hunt. Hunt all the way from the B main up to 4th. But tonight, the night goes to Team Rage, 181 of Luke Neiman. Luke Neiman picking up tonight's USRA B-mod A main. Car race fans, big round of applause for Luke Neiman. Green flag off at turn 4. Here we come. Tim Carrick, Nick Benninger, Kerry Davis right there with him. Davis going the low line. Benninger on the high side. They both get around Carrick. Drag race down the back straightaway. And Benninger will race into turn 3 by a nose. Here comes Davis back to the inside. We come around for lap number 1 off at turn 3. It'll be the Perry, Kansas driver down the front straightaway. Benninger leads lap number 1. A little bumping and grinding out back. Benninger off for 2. Your leader, the 68 of Davis, sits second. Tim Carrick, the 1K, runs third. Schaffman has the GRT into 4th and the 34. Aaron Morant, the 70, your top 5, as Benninger puts another lap in the books down the front straightaway. Benninger starting to put distance on the field now. Gary Davis sitting in that 2nd spot. Right behind him is Tim Carrick. Then it's Mark Schaffman. Aaron Morant. And here comes Chad Clancy now. The 21 right behind the 70. As the 3B put another lap in the books. 3 laps down. Now you got a battle for second on the Speedway. Tim Carrick right in the rear bumper of the 68 of Kerry Davis. Benninger off at turn number 4, brings him down the front straightaway. Davis continues to run second. Carrick in the 1K third, Chapman the 34 fourth. Benninger starting to pull away from the field. Leaders starting to work their way towards lap traffic. Benninger out front. Looks like that's Jim Peeler in front of your leaders. They come off of turn number 4. It is the 69 of Peeler. Then it's the 3B of Benninger. Benninger out front. Looking to put Peeler a lap down as they go off of turn number 2. Kerry Davis sits second. Tim Carrick runs third. Carrick's got a rearview mirror full of the 34 of Schaffman. Schaffman right there with the 1K. Oh, Schaffman motor problems for the 34 of Schaffman at the halfway point. And that is not going to bode well for the 30. And there it went. Whatever it was leaking on the right side. And it huffs a little bit, but it's still going strong. Could be a valve cover leak or something on the 34. If it's oil, don't worry, it won't be in there much longer. And smoking good off of turn 2 again. We'll have to keep an eye on it. As your leader gets around the 28 of Jerry Liston, he'll put him a lap down. Tim Carrick and Schaffman stuck behind the 69 of Jim Peeler. Could be a valve cover on the 34 of Charant. Just past the halfway point. Benninger working his way through lap traffic. Schaffman's motor continuing to smoke. Benninger, Davis, Carrick, Schaffman, and Aaron Morant, your top 5. Davis starting to close the distance that Benninger put on him earlier. As they get through lap traffic, Benninger not able to get through him as smooth as Davis is. Davis is caught up with your leader. Benninger trying to get around the 2 of Mike Eisenhut. And here comes Davis. Davis within striking distance now. As your leaders have got to figure out a way to get past the 2 and the 8. Eisenhut battling with your leader, stays right with him. Benninger gets around the 2 Eisenhut and now goes alongside the 8. Matt Thompson or Chad Thompson. Now they're looking to get around the 74 of Schweitzer. Look, got problems in turn number 2 and problems with Mark Schaffman. So all at once the lid comes off. Jeff Smith goes around over in turn number 2. Schaffman, after smoking for several laps, dives into the pit area, infield area. And the 5 of Kevin McGinnis gets collected up with the 29 of Jeff Smith. He'll lead him around. Green flies, and here we go. Out front, the 3 of Nick Bittinger. Tim Carrick battling with Kerry Davis. Davis in that second spot. Carrick back to third. The 70 of Morant fourth. And Eric Hanna, the 13, your top 5. We come around. 2 to go this time by. White flag comes out this time by for the 3B of Nick Bittinger. One more time for the Perry, Kansas driver. Kerry Davis sits second. Checkered flag waves off at turn 4 for Nick Bittinger. He picks up his first feature win. The 2017 season does it right here, Lakeside Speedway. Kerry Davis will come home second. The 1 of Tim Carrick third. Aaron Morant fourth, and the 13 of Eric Hanna, your top 5. Nick Bittinger, your feature winner in tonight's USRA modified portion. On behalf of Lakeside Speedway staff, Don and Donna Marsh, General Manager Pete Howie, I'd like to wish everybody a good weekend. Having a safe trip home, and we'll see you here next Friday night.